And each tally made represents an item. But on the work examples that we were given, there was an error for the tallies, that is 18. Now, when you look at the answer guide I've sent you, you will see the correction. I can see Nakawes Jane has a question. Nakawes?
Sir. Teacher, as saying that.
Yes.
Teacher, I was saying that I'm using my mother's phone. I am now Chanel.
It's okay. Okay. I was saying that the 18 was poorly drawn. The tallies were poorly drawn, but you'll get the correct tallies on the guide. They are supposed to be in bundles, not the whole to be drawn at once. 4 sticks, 1 crosses. 4 sticks, 1 crosses. So that is how they are supposed to be. And even other numbers, for example, example 2, where you have 14, they are also poorly drawn, but the corrections have made them. You're going to see them on the correction sheet. Now, when we move to the activity, number 1A, we had to draw, we were asked to use tally marks to represent number 7. 7, that means we have to draw 4 sticks, 1 crosses, and then we add on 2. That is how we make 7. The second one, part B. Before we go to part B, I'm seeing Womukisa. His hand is up.
Excuse me, teacher, I didn't get the marking guide.
You are going to get it immediately I complete the presentation. Okay. You'll get the guides immediately I complete going through. Now, part B was 25. We say that each bundle contains 5. That means there must be 5 bundles. Everybody there must have drawn 5 bundles. And we said each bundle has got 4 sticks and 1 crosses. Then part C, that is 13. For 13, there must be 2 bundles and 3 sticks. I have to draw 2 bundles and then add there 3 sticks. And part D, where we have 11, that means you have to draw 2 bundles and add 1. Sanyu Pressure has a question to present. Sanyu, your question?
Or you mark us. Ask again.
Excuse me, teacher, will you mark us or we should mark ourselves using pencils?
When I send the guide, you will follow the guide and mark yourself.
No. No only take a good teacher's chat.
All right. I think Sanya have answered you. Lower your hand. Okay, we continue. Number 2, we are asked to find a number represented by the following tally marks. The first number there, you'll see that we have 1 bundle and 4 sticks. One can say 5 plus 4, which gives us 9. Or one can simply count and give the answer as 9. Part B, as I said, the correction, when you get the guide, you'll see the corrections made. It is 17. When you count, someone may have made bundles of 5, 3 of them plus 2. That will mean 5 plus 5 plus 5 plus 2 gives us 17. Part C, again, there are 24, which means there are 4 bundles of 5 and 4 sticks. So when you add all of them, you get 24. The last number on part number 2 was 31. The bundles there are supposed to be 6 bundles and 1 stick added. So one can say 5 plus 5 plus 5 plus 5 plus 1. And then you get 31. That ends number 2. Now, when we move the second lesson, where we have a table and we are to use the tally marks to present the information given, we continue to follow what we have been doing in number 1 and 2. You count the items for every number, and then you present in a given table. You draw a table. For example, the table, when you put the activity, look at the activities that were given. Okay, before I continue, Veronica has a question. Veronica?
Excuse me, teacher. For me, I have below are children of primary 4 and their Christian denominations.
Yes, that is what was given. Okay, that is the example that I sent you. Okay, Skylar has a question also. Skylar?
Teacher, I didn't get the work you're talking about.
No, the work, you check on the parents' email, the work is there.
Okay, teacher.
Okay, please. Okay, now we continue. I was saying that the example that was given to you was showing children in primary 4 and their Christian denominations. And it was presented now in a table where we have the denominations and number of pupils. I think you saw it clearly there. Now, even number 2, where we have masses or weights of some learners in primary 5 Robins recorded in a week. Again, we draw a table representing that, where we have the weight, tallies, and number of pupils. Now, when we move down to the activity, we have number 1, which says Mr. Ochen recorded the number of boxes of items he bought for his shop, where we have the toothpaste, biscuits, books, and matches. And we are asked now to draw a table to represent that. Now, when we are drawing that table, we must consider 2 things: the items bought and their number. So the box must resemble, or the table you draw must resemble the number 1 in lesson 2, that example which I gave. The example which I gave. So the table must resemble that, where we have toothpaste as 8, because you have to count the number of tallies represented there. Books, we have 12. When you count the tallies, they are 12. Biscuits, when you count the tallies for biscuits, they are 11. And for matches, when you count them, the tallies give us 17. Committee has a question here. Mercy, have a question to present. Mercy, are you online? Mercy, I'm not getting you. Mercy. Okay. Okay. Mercy wanted to answer a question, but to ask a question, but she's off. Nakabugo, please try to pay attention. You are not on. Namayanja has a question. Namayanja, I'm not getting your question. Okay, we continue now. Anyone, if you've not got clear illustration of how we draw the table, please, you can ask me a question and I help you to answer that. Okay. Please, girls, I told you, use your names such that I can easily pick on you. Now I'm seeing someone, Galaxy Tab A. Who is that one now? I will not pick those ones who are using phones where they don't have names. Mbeda, you have a question? Mbeda, ask your question. No question?
Excuse me, teacher. I'm not understanding the
please.
table. This table of toothpaste, books, biscuits, and matches. And excuse me, teacher, which book are we writing in?
Right. Thank you. Now, when we sent the questions, we expect you to have a book, any book. You can say, let me use book 1 or book 2 to answer all those questions that we give you. And then when we send the answer guides, you use the answer guides to mark yourself for every activity. Is that okay? Amirembe, Maria has a question also. Namirembe Maria.
Teacher,
Yes.
on example number 2, should we draw the table?
Yes, the table was drawn. Example 2 was drawn where we have the masses and weights. The table was drawn there for you.
Mine.
Yeah. What is your question?
Excuse me, teacher, I can't see the box in my paper.
Teacher. Teacher, which number are we on?
Teacher is muted. We cannot hear you.
And number of pupils. So, for example, Monday we counted 6 studies, so Monday must have 6. Tuesday, 4. Wednesday, 7. Thursday, 10. Friday, 11. And Saturday, 2. Then, once you do that, you have done the best. That means you will have understood how to represent the information given in a table. Okay, we move on. Any question? Namwebe. Namwebe is down.
Teacher,
Yes,
Well-
please.
which number are we on?
I said that we have been answering in number 2.
Teacher.
Anyango Trinity, ask your question.
Teacher.
Yes,
Teacher.
yes. Ask your question.
The second answer.
Okay, you are going to get it. I'm sending you the guide, answer guide. Okay. All right. Now we move to next part where we have bar graphs. You remember very well in primary 3, we did work about bar graph. We are able to answer questions about bar graph, and you all still remember that. Now, our task today is the same. It's not hard. It's simply to answer questions about a bar graph. Now, number 1, where we have at the table, the bar graph shows books of each of the following pupils as shown below. You have them on your questions. Kabugolo, Hannah, and please, you are not attentive. What is distracting you? I'm seeing you are not attentive. Please be attentive and learn. Okay? No, you are the same. No, Angela, you are not attentive at all. Please pay attention and then you learn. Now, Kawoya Margaret, you have someone distracting you there. So tell that person not to distract you as you learn. Okay? Hey, please pay attention and then we get to know. All right, we continue. The exercise we are given a bar graph, and we have to answer questions about a bar graph. Question 1 was saying, how many books does Peter have? How many books does Peter have? How many books does Peter have? Nantumbwe Esther. Nantumbwe Esther. Nantumbwe Esther. Any response? Okay. Let me choose another person. Probably Nantumbo is not paying attention. Nachimera.
Peter has 20 books.
Thanks very much. Yeah, that is it. Peter has 20 books. We move to the next question. Which two pupils have the same number of books? Which two pupils have the same number of books? Which two pupils have the same number of books? Kabugo, are you attentive now? Give us the answer.
Mark and Henry.
Oh, thanks. Mark and Henry. Correct. Number 3, how many more books does Peter have than Ryan? How many more books does Peter have than Ryan? How many more books does Peter have than Ryan? Nasuna, I'm seeing your hand up. Nasuna.
Yes, teacher.
Yes, answer the question. We are asking. Number 3, how many more books does Peter have than Ryan? Oh, Nasuna is not online. Nasuna, let me choose another person. Chitibwa.
Peter has 12 books than Ryan.
How have you come to 12 books?
I have taken away 8 books from 20 books.
Yes, please, you have to show that working. That working is needed. You have to show that 20 take away 8. Okay?
Yes.
Thanks, that's correct. But next time you must show the working. Who has the highest number of books? Who has the highest number of books? Was not answered here question. Let me see. Chloe, answer the question. Mulindwa Chloe, I'm not picking you. She's not on.
Galaxy J8.
Now, Galaxy, who is that one? Mulindwa is not on. Let me pick on another person. Isabella? Isabella? Is not on also. I look for another person. Batenga, are you ready online? Batenga,
Question. What is the question?
are you able to answer the question?
You don't have a question.
It doesn't have.
Batenga, No answer? Oh, sorry. Let me look for another person. Achen.
Mark and Joseph have 26 books in total.
Oh, you have answered number 5 instead of number 4. Okay, it's okay. Number 4, the answer was Peter. It is Peter who has the highest number of books. And number 5 was asking, find the total number of books that Mark and Joseph have. That means you have to add what Mark has, the number of books Mark has, and the number of books Joseph has. When you add them, that's when you come to that total of 26 books. Okay, we move to next question. That is, the graph shows the scores obtained by primary 4 pupils in mathematics tests. It is seen clearly there. And now we are to answer the questions that follow. That is part B. I think everybody is able now to follow the question. How many pupils scored 90%? How many pupils scored 90%? Chirunda, I've seen your hand up. Chirunda. Chirunda, any response?
Five pupils scored 90%.
Thanks, that's correct. How many pupils scored 80%? That is question 2. How many pupils scored 8%? I'm seeing here, who is that one ready to answer this one? Let me look for someone here. Yvette Bangu. Yvette Bangu, are you on? Not there? Bali Kudembe. Not there? Okay, pick on another person. Lena Michelle.
Teacher, my paper I have is different. All we are doing the work you're giving us on the work you're showing us here on the laptop. The paper I have is a bit different. It doesn't have some graphs.
Where that paper, did you get it from your parents' phone?
Yes.
With the email?
Yes, teacher.
The graph must be there.
Okay.
That is set 1. Paper set 1.
Yes, I have set 1.
You have set 1. That is graph B. Now, that is lesson 3. Lesson 3. The graph, the second graph.
Okay, teacher.
Okay,
I've
you
seen
see.
that graph.
Yeah, that is it. Okay. Okay, my question was, how many people scored 88%? That was my question. Nakawes has a question, as is ready to answer. Nakawes, Jane?
My name is Nauka Chanel. The answer is 4 people scored 80%.
Thanks very much. Next question goes to Anyango Trinity. Which percentage mark did most of the learners score?
Most of the learners scored 60%.
Thanks very much. Then the last question, no, the next question, which percentage mark did the listing number of people score? This one will go to Atulinda. 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 You are not there? Okay, I pick on another person. Abba. Okay. Kawaria? Kawaria? Kawaria, are you ready to answer the question? Kawaria? You are not there. Okay. Okay. The answer to that question is 70%. Please, learners, those of you who have just joined, we are on set 1 revision exercise, and we are on lesson 3, part B. Lesson 3, part B, where we are looking at the bar graphs. Please check there. Okay, the last question on we have there is how many pupils were there in the class? How many pupils were there in the class? How many pupils were there in the class? Namiro Ada. Namiro Ada.
Eight pupils were there in the class.
Oh, no, thank you. You have failed the question. The question me asking how many pupils were there in the class? Wamukisa. Wamukisa.
I hope Ranel is not sweating because I saw the way she was.
21 pupils were there in the class.
You got 20 pupils?
Listen to me. I saw you dance. Right. So yeah.
Ndagire Agnes. Ndagire Agnes.
Five pupils were in the class.
Come again. Ndagire have not got you. Is off. I go to another person.
8 pupils. In the class.
How many? You have failed the answer. Abe, Shona.
20 pupils were there in the class.
Come again.
21 pupils were there in the class.
How have you come to get 21 pupils?
I added 7 plus 5 plus 3 plus.
Okay, thank you for the trial. Angela. Therema Angela, what answer do you have? Angula. Okay. Nasuna.
Another time they saw you, they could.
Okay. Okay, the last question there. How many pupils were there in the class? Shina, can we have the answer? Okay, look for another person if Shina is not ready. Roberta. Roberta, are you present?
Seven pupils were in the class.
Thank you for the trial, but that is wrong. The correct answer is we have to add following the bars. We have 2 plus 3 plus 4 plus 5 plus 7, giving us 21 pupils altogether. Okay, now we move to the next one. Next question, that is lesson 4, drawing bar graphs, where we have to draw bar graphs. Now, as we are drawing bar graphs here, we are given tables. We are given tables. We are following the tables that we are given to draw the bar graphs. For example, the table we are given shows the number of pupils who are present for a week and the class has 20 pupils. We are asked to draw the bar graph for that information. Now, you see we are following, the table we have days and number of pupils. Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, up to Friday. And each day has got different number of pupils. So when you follow down, that is how the bar graph should look like. Each bar should correspond to the number of pupils in the table. It shouldn't go to a different number. So with that one, you are going to follow. Before I continue, Melissa has a question here. Melissa? Melissa, you had a question? It is not there. Okay, we'll continue. I was saying that each bar must correspond to the number given in the table. So when you move to the activity, number 1, which we have there, where we say a bar graph, we are asked to draw a bar graph to show the number of chickens the following children have. So we are given John 15, Simon 20, Mary 30, Dora 25, Peter 10. And using the scale which says one small square to represent 5 chickens. That means that on your vertical axis, what is supposed to be there are the number of chicken. And the horizontal, we have to have names of pupils. Okay. Now I'm seeing here some people with the questions. Some people with the questions. Imelda. Nabada Imelda. Nabada Imelda. I'm seeing you have a question.
You have a question to your teacher? Yeah, you rose up your hand. You told him. What were you going to answer?
Teacher, which number are we on?
That is number 1 on page 7. Have you seen the question, the activity?
Yes, teacher.
Okay. So now you had a question also. Is it the same?
Excuse me, teacher.
Yes.
I'm using the screen to see the work, but I'm not as on the screen at all.
I beg your pardon. Speak louder.
I'm not on the same work to ask because I'm using the screen.
Okay, you get the clear graph on the answer guide that we are sending you. Okay. So now we are going to the next question. We are going to the next question. That is on page 8, where I have in a school the number of pupils in each class as follows. Class and number of pupils, they are drawn in a table. You are able to see them clearly. So we are told to draw a bar graph. So the bar graph we are drawing, it resembles the one of number 1. But on the vertical axis, we have number of pupils, and the horizontal axis, we have the classes. So you'll get clear work on the answer guide. Let us just go to the next activity to answer questions about tables. That is reading and interpreting tables. Now with that one, activity 1, the table below shows number of domestic animals kept in a certain village farm. On the table, we have farm animals and have number of animals. We have goats 9, sheep 6, rabbits 12, donkeys 4, cows 3. Question 1 says, how many rabbits are kept on the farm? Stewart Priscilla. Stewart Priscilla. Already your hand is up. Stewart Priscilla.
12 rabbits are kept on the farm.
Thanks. What is the number of donkeys on the farm? Natalie? Natalie? Natalie is not there. Let me pick Veronica. Veronica? Veronica?
4.
Okay, there are 4. That's correct. How many more goats than sheep are on the farm? How many more goats than sheep are on the farm? Whom should I? Nachibuka? Nachibuka?
Yes, please, teacher.
Yes, answer the question. How many more goats than sheep are on the farm?
How many what?
How many more goats than sheep are on the farm?
There are 4 goats.
Oh, my dear, you have failed. It's because those people near you are distracting you. They are not making you to learn.
Actually, I'm new.
Okay, now let me go to another person who is ready to answer that one.
Teacher.
Namwebe? Namwebe? No answer. Ampaire Sophia? Ampaire Sophia? Ampaire Sophia? You don't have an answer? Ampaire Sophia?
Yes, teacher.
Yes, what is the answer? Part C?
3 goats.
How have you got the 3 goats? How have you got the 3 goats? Oh, where did you get the answer from? Okay, you have to take 9, take away 6. You say 9 goats, take away 6 goats, and then you get 3 goats. The last question on number 1 says, what is the total number of animals on the farm? What is the total number of animals on the farm? Namukasa Serena? Namukasa Serena? Namukasa Serena? No answer? Ongom Masi? Ongom Masi? Ongom Masi? No response?
Yes, teacher.
Yes. What is the total number of animals on the farm?
34.
Yes, thanks very much. There we have to add 9 plus 6 plus 12 plus 4 plus 3, and we end up getting 34. Our last number, that is number 2. We have the table, which shows the number of marks scored by 4 children in a test. We have Michael got 60, James 70, Jimmy 50, Robert 80. Who had the highest number of marks scored? Roberta? Yes.
Robert had the highest number of marks scored.
Good. How many more marks did Robert score than Michelle? Sophia?
20 marks.
Okay, you take 80, take away 60 to get 20 marks. Who had the lowest number of marks scored? Nyangoma? Nyangoma? Who had the lowest number of marks scored? Not there. Nabukwasi?
Wow.
Thank
Now-
you. That's 50.
How could you?
Okay, Nabukwasi is also not responding. Okay. So that one, the answer, now I give a chance to Mwebaza Daniela. Mwebaza Daniela. Mwebaza Daniela.
Yes, teacher.
Hey, what is the answer to part C? Yes?
Jimmy scored the lowest number of marks.
Thanks very much. And my last question, how many children scored above 50%? How many people scored above 50%? Aha. Now let me see who has not answered any question. Who has not answered any question now? Nantaba Priscilla?
3 people scored above 50%.
Louder, louder.
3 people scored above 50%.
Thanks very much. So girls, that has been mathematics. Our lesson has ended here. Thanks for being present. Next time, please be more active. And remember to tell your parents to use your names such that we are able to communicate very well. Thanks very much. The answer guide, I'm going to send it to you. Good day.
Next class, which class? Science.
Okay, girls, now get ready and join the next class, that is social studies.